Welcome everybody to The World is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it, episode 31. This is July 20th, 2021, and I've got a bruised lip. I had kind of a borderline nightmare, bad dream, and I guess I bit myself on the lip really hard while I was sleeping.
Oh, that was painful.
Yeah, I had a dream that I was still living at the Amber Street house in Pensacola, Florida, and I think Scott from Matrix Lords 212's podcast was my roommate, and some of the other people who had been on Matrix Lord wasn't there, but Scott and there were a few other people that were like my roommates, which made no sense. That's never happened in reality. And they were living with me and they were complaining about the water not working. And then as I was trying to figure out what was wrong, why the water wasn't running, then the electricity went out. And then I left the house, and the house started to fall apart. And I left the house and wandered out into the woods with my other roommates. And that's how the dream ended. It's kind of a weird dream, like I peered into a parallel universe. Doesn't really sound like a really bad nightmare. It was just weird, like because it felt so real, like I was still living at the Amber Street house, and then everything was falling apart, and I was wandering out into the woods. I woke up. It left me with a very unsettling feeling. Anyway, so yeah, that's why my lip is bruised up. I had a dream that a bad dream, I guess. I don't know, or whatever.
It sounds like kind of like Friday the 13th. Like, you ran into the woods and stuff, and kind of like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I guess so. Something like that.
That's a good movie series, actually. Friday the 13th.
Some of them are good. Some of them are just repetitive and stupid. But yeah.
I mean, I like number 1, number 2, and number 3 were good. Number 4, it was okay. Number 5, it was kind of boring. Number 6, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah. So, what was on your mind? What's on your mind today, Daniel?
I just heard a rumor that Chris O'Donnell and George Clooney have come on the set of The Flash, and they're going to be Chris O'Donnell's going to be either Robin or Nightwing, and he's going to have a major role in the movie. He's going to be a part of the Team Flash, and George Clooney is going to have a cameo in the movie because they're going with the storyline where, like, sometime after the events of Batman and Robin, Bane, he got smarter. I guess he would have to get smarter, and he would have to come back, and he broke back Clooney's back. No, excuse me. Yeah, he broke back Clooney's back, and Robin became Nightwing, and he's like the new protector of Gotham City. And that would be a really interesting storyline, because if you read comic books, Bane breaking Batman's back is a really good storyline.
Well, they already did it. They did it with the Dark Knight series, but I didn't really like the Dark Knight Rises. But yeah, most DCEU movies, and the Dark Knight is actually not considered a DCEU, but they suck because they try to go all darky dark, and it just becomes cringy, and it doesn't really feel like the same superheroes that you read in the comics. Like, I think Man of Steel sucked. Zack Snyder, he was really good at doing Watchmen, but he's not, which was a dark and gritty comic that took place in a different universe than the main DC universe. But when Zack Snyder, I just don't like the way he handled Man of Steel. I don't like Batman versus Superman. I don't like the Justice League movie. Harley Quinn was okay in Suicide Squad, but I didn't really care for Suicide Squad either. So I'm not really that excited because it takes place in the DCEU. Wonder Woman, the first one was okay, but the second one sucked. I never even finished watching Wonder Woman 1984 because it got to be, well, it was just, there's no action. It's just a lot of drama. and it was really, really boring. I got bored and I stopped watching it like 1/3 of the way through. But I mean, it tries to play to nostalgia because it's a prequel, takes place in 1984, and there's like some magic object that grants wishes in an archaeology lab. That's, you know, they don't know the true power of the object. Yeah, I just think Wonder Woman 1984 was boring. So I'm not really that, you know, I'll take it with a grain of salt. I'm not really as excited about the Flashpoint movie as you are. I mean, it might be okay, it might not. I just think Flash looks weird in that armor. It doesn't remind me of like the Flash that I read, like in the comic books. Um, so I don't know. I don't know why you would need armor because in the comic books, not only does Flash have super speed, but he also has super healing. Super healing, or he has the ability to regenerate really fast, like kind of like Wolverine. So any damage that his body would have, he's also very resilient. Has a lot of he's very fast, has a lot of dexterity, and he's very durable. And I guess that's the way you could put it. But yeah, he's able to. He has healing. The Flash in the comic books has healing. He can regenerate his body, so he's able to withstand the force and the trauma of going supersonic speeds. So he doesn't really need a super suit. So I think it's kind of silly that they made the movie version of Flash have a super suit. I'm not that excited. I mean, I guess I'll check it out when it comes out, but I'm not that excited. They haven't really done a good job with the DCEU movies, and the DC TV shows are kind of fizzled out and gotten really stale and boring. So
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not really that excited about it, but I know you are.
Yeah, I mean the TV shows are really boring. I haven't even watched The Flash anymore. I'm just like, oh, this is so boring. And Legends tomorrow, I won't watch Legends tomorrow. I won't. It just I don't know. They run out of ideas. You know what I mean? They run out of ideas.
What about you, Ann? Are you looking forward to the Flashpoint movie? Okay, I don't even know if she's still there anymore. She's got me muted. I think she's muted me. She can't even hear me. Oh, we were talking about the Flashpoint movie. Daniel's excited about the Flashpoint movie. I'm kind of apathetic about it. I'm not that excited about it because I don't really like most of the DCEU movies. What do you think about the new Flashpoint movie? It's based on the superhero The Flash.
I don't think anything of it because I have not seen a trailer yet for it or anything. And first I'm hearing about it, I hardly know what the Flash is. I know Loki and I know WandaVision and I know that one show, the Mandalorian. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
But
So moving on, we should probably do a review of the Mandalorian episode 6. Daniel, what did you think of not the Mandalorian, sorry, Loki episode 6? Daniel, what did you think of Loki episode 6?
I liked it. I thought it was really cool that Loki and Sylvie went to the end of time. It's very rare that some people actually go to the end of time. It's really cool. I like that. And He Who Remains, I thought he was cool. I mean, he was cool, and he was a little bit too. I know he was a little bit too goofy. People complain he was too goofy, but yeah, he was awesome. And I kind of liked it how what's his name? Kang is a variant of He Who Remains, right? So
Yeah, well, He Who Remains is just another title in the movie version of Kang. It's just another title for Kang because there's many parallel universe versions of him. I think with James Masters, I thought he did a great job. Yeah, he's a guy who's lived for literally probably billions of years because he time travels, and so his experience is actually much older than his physical appearance,
yeah,
and it might drive you a little bit insane, and so it makes sense he was a little bit goofy. It was basically a job interview. He was looking for people to replace him in
yeah,
managing the timeline.
it's like he was goading Sylvie into killing him. And I'm like, dude, why would you? I know, and people are like, well, he wanted to die because he was alone for like billions of years and he's probably really depressed and all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but who would do
Well,
that?
he wasn't really. He said it only goes two ways. Either you take over and I continue my life's work. You take over managing the timeline, or you kill me, and then the universe resets. So the
I know,
universe
but like,
reset.
wouldn't he like be begging for his life? Because I know I would probably be begging for my
I
life.
mean, if you lived for billions of years, I guess he didn't want to. He didn't care. He was indifferent. He's like, okay, well, it's only going to go one or two ways. Either you kill me and the universe resets, or you let me live and you take over managing the timeline and I continue my life's work doing other things. I don't know what that would be, but I know like beyond the trailer, it hinted that that's basically the Immortus version of Kang. They never actually mention him by name. They refer to him as He Who Remains, and he's credited as He Who Remains, but it's probably going to tie into Ant-Man Quantumania because Kane is the main villain in that movie.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It left it on a cliffhanger, and it's been confirmed that they're going to do a Loki season 2, but I'm sure that's not going to come out until probably next year.
Yeah, they're probably gonna start filming it around maybe, I don't know. They haven't started filming it yet. I think they're probably gonna start filming it either next month or maybe sometime in the fall, or maybe they want to go all the way to January 2022 and they want to start filming there.
So, Anne, what did you think of Loki episode 6?
I liked it.
Like, what did you like about it?
Good story.
Okay.
Good characters.
I know you.
Sorry, my responses are just like so lame and simplistic. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, so I think this will the Loki episode 6, since they introduced the character of Kang, or at least one variant of him. It's going to tie into Ant-Man Quantumania. It's also going to tie into the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is also going to tie into WandaVision. So I think I'm looking forward to the new Doctor Strange movie, and I'm looking forward to the new Ant-Man movie because I want to see a follow-up to this story. I wonder if Daniel, do you know if Loki's supposed to appear in Ant-Man Quantumania, or is he supposed
I
to
don't
appear?
think so.
Or
He's gonna appear. Yeah.
is he going to appear in Doctor Strange?
Yeah, but like I'm wondering, since it's a multiverse movie, is it going to be the one that we saw in Loki, or is it going to be a different version? I don't know. I mean,
It's probably going to be a different version of Kang because the Immortus version of Kang is already dead.
I mean,
So
Loki. Is it going to be the same version of Loki we saw in the TV show, or is it
who
going to be?
knows? Who
Yeah, we
knows?
don't know.
The universe has been reset. So there's
But
all
was it
kinds of new
reset, or did he just go to a
possibilities.
different branch?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard rumors that Tom Cruise might play a new version of Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Do you like Tom Cruise as an actor?
Yeah, I think he's a good actor. He's a little bit crazy as a real person, but as an actor, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, he is. He's really cool, and he's still doing. Think about it. He's still doing the Mission Impossible movies, man. The Mission Impossible
I'm
movies.
bored with the Mission Impossible movies. I think they're getting repetitive. But there's only so many times you can jump out of a plane or jump off a skyscraper before, okay, been there, done that before.
I mean, yeah, he's still doing those movies, man. Like those movies lasted so long, and just like, wow. I the only ones I watch are number 1 and number 2, and then I just didn't watch number 3 and to 7, whatever.
Wait a minute. And also, there's a new Marvel show called What If coming out in August. Are you going to watch that?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Sylvie killing the He Who Remains created all these branches. If it wasn't for Sylvie killing He Who Remains, we wouldn't have gotten What If.
Probably not, but I think it'll be interesting. And
yeah, so it's like it's all connected.
Even though it's an animated series, I look forward to it. It looks pretty good based on the trailer.
Even though it's animated, it's still connected, right? So it's cool.
Yeah, it's still connected. It's still part of the DC EU.
I mean the
Or not
Marvel.
DC, I mean Marvel MCU. It's still part of the MCU. I'm getting
Yeah.
my franchises mixed up.
I have some good news. I'm finally looking for Chobani Flip Yogurt.
Cool. So did you find it? Or where are you at?
I'm looking for it right now.
Where are you at?
I'm at, oh, I see it right now. I see it. I'm at Walmart. Oh, yeah, they have cookie dough.
I've never tried that one. I've tried the cookies and
Oh, my
cream.
God.
My favorite is the cookies and cream. I've tried the cookies and cream, strawberry cheesecake. It doesn't actually have real strawberry cheesecake. It just sort of tastes like strawberry cheesecake because it's got like strawberries in it. And it's pretty good. But I like the cookies and cream the best. You have to let me know how the cookie dough one tastes. I've never tried that variant. Anyway, getting back to you, Daniel. So anything you've heard about, any news about the What If show, what it's supposed to do? I heard that's going to also tie into Loki, What If, because it's dealing with multiverses.
Yeah, probably. That'd be cool. And we got some guy called Party Thor. I don't know what that is. It's like they call him Party Thor. It's like a Thor without a beard. And
Call
he's
him what kind of Thor?
Party Thor.
Party Thor. Okay.
And T'Challa is like the new Star-Lord in a certain universe. And
Okay.
it's like so interesting, and this is good. I think it's all going to tie into the Multiverse of Madness movie. Like, haven't you realized we got from 2008 Iron Man to Thor: The Dark World.
Mm-hmm.
We got pictures for every movie. We got pictures for every single movie of the filming. But we have not gotten one, to this day, we haven't gotten one picture of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Well, the production's been slowed down because of COVID. So
No, it's done. It's done.
Well, I mean, I know, but the promotional materials and the production was slowed down because of COVID.
Yeah,
so
I know
think
that
that screwed things up to where, you can't really compare. Well, they released movie pictures in the past. I don't know. Maybe they want to keep it secret. Maybe they want to build up hype, keep people wondering what's going to happen in the movie. I don't know. I mean, COVID's kind of screwed everything up. Everything is, different now because of COVID. I don't think it's ever going to go back to being completely normal.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see. Anything else on your mind, Daniel? We got 10 minutes left.
Are you hyped? Like we're talking about, it's so sad. It's so sad that none of these shows are coming on DVD.
Oh, that's right. You said that Disney is not going to release The Mandalorian. They're not going to release Loki because they're worried about it competing with their bottom
they don't
line.
want to hurt their
Well, they're
bottom
really
line.
trying to push Disney Plus. And if you could buy it on digital media, it would compete with their Disney Plus bottom line. I kind of disagree with that because some people still want a tangible copy. They want to buy collector's edition. I think it's a mistake for Disney to do that because it's just going to encourage bootlegging. It kind of reminds me of in the 90s. And Disney is almost borderline a monopoly of entertainment because they own Marvel Studios. They own LucasArts, that does Star Wars. So they own a lot of stuff. They got Avengers, X-Men, Star Wars. They own their own Disney properties like Snow White. So one could argue maybe Disney needs to be broke up because they've become too big and too powerful, and they treat their employees like crap. So they don't pay. They pay their employees like minimum wage and slave wages, and they have no benefits. And the only benefits they get is they get free Disney passes to go to Disneyland, but or Disney World in Orlando, but they don't have any traditional benefits that you would working for a large corporate company, and they tend to chew people out and spit them out. I remember watching a documentary that showed that there were a lot of Disney employees who worked at Disneyland in California and Anaheim, and they were homeless and they were living in their cars because they could not afford rent, the high cost of rent in Anaheim for the low wages that they were being paid. So, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of like in the 90s, the music industry said, well, the only way you can buy music is either on a vinyl record or on a CD. And if you want a digital copy of the music, you can only buy it on a CD. And so people were like, well, screw you. Then I'll use LimeWire, or I'll use Kazaa, or, I'll use Napster, and that was the rise of apps like Napster in the late 90s, because the music industry had, it was only a handful of music producers that controlled the entire music industry, a handful of executives, and they had collusion on the music market. And so it just encouraged people to bootleg MP3s, and then they were forced to adopt that format and officialize it, because if they didn't, they were losing money anyway. This way, at least they could still recoup some of their money without alienating the fans of the music. And that's Disney's going to have to learn the same. If they don't release on DVD or Blu-ray, I know DVD as a format is kind of dying, but there's still Blu-ray. But they don't release it on DVD or Blu-ray, then it's only going to encourage people to bootleg it. So I think that's kind of bad decision on Disney's part. So they said that they were never going to release it, or are they just going to release it sometime in the future?
No, they're never going to release it.
Yeah, I think that's a bad idea. It's just going to encourage people to bootleg. I've seen like at MacArthur Park Flea Market in LA, there's people that sell bootleg movies all the time. So it's just going to encourage people to bootleg. Often the bootlegs are not as good a quality as actually buying a DVD or Blu-ray, but if that's all you can get, then some people might buy that. And so
yeah, I don't get it how like DVDs are going down. Isn't that like a $4 billion a year industry? I heard it was like
I don't. Well, Disney, like I said, they're borderline a monopoly in entertainment. They own LucasArts, they own Marvel Studios, they own their own franchise, they own Fox Studios. So they've bought out a lot, and they've become really big and powerful, and they treat their employees like crap. So maybe we should break up Disney. That's what I would advocate for. Break them up.
Yeah.
And put some competition back in the market, because they've become too big and powerful. And they're becoming pretentious, like, oh, I'm not going to release anything on Blu-ray or DVD. I know they say that DVD is on its way out, because I know most of your new computers, there's still some laptops and some computers that are built brand new by manufacturers that still come with DVD drives, but it is kind of a dying. Optical is kind of dying on PCs, but people still like having a tangible copy that they can play and not have to be dependent on the internet.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Disney Plus is you're dependent on the internet and you're having to pay $8 a month. I'm poor. To me, that's expensive. I tried out a trial version of Disney Plus, but it was okay, but yeah, I would love to have like a Loki special edition Blu-ray set. I think that would be cool, but they're missing out on that. So I don't know. Only time will tell. I suspect in the near future, Disney will be forced to release a tangible copy of the movies on Blu-ray and DVD, because it'll just get bootlegged.
Yeah, totally.
So we're down to 4 minutes. Any last thoughts, Daniel, before I end the podcast in 4 minutes?
Okay. One of the things I want to say is I really, I'm just so excited. I hope they go with the storyline where like the Bane So like when Flash goes to when the Flash goes to the Batman and Robin universe,
Mhm.
he finds out that Chris O'Donnell is Nightwing, and Bane broke the Bat Clooney's
Do you
back.
think they'll have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze there?
I hope he make a cameo appearance.
Maybe he
They
can
both
freeze his
deserve it.
testicles. He's like, I'm
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze. I freeze
those-
your testicles, Flash.
Yeah.
And Flash is like, I
Yeah,
can
all
outrun
those-
him. I can make my testicles hot. Anyway, sorry. I'm not a big
Well, yeah,
fan
you know, I mean,
of
like,
the Tim Burton Batman. I like the first one, but then it kind of went
Yeah.
downhill from there. I like the first Tim
Yeah, well, the
Burton
Joel
Batman
Schumacher
movie.
ones, the Joel Schumacher movies are where we're going downhill. But I think this is a right storyline to go with. I mean, haven't you realized? Okay, from 1997 to now, that's like 24 years, right? In the last 24 years, people have been complaining Batman and Robin is too goofy and too campy. But if they go with this storyline where the Bane broke the Batman's back, and now Batman's on a wheelchair, and you know, Robin
know.
became Nightwing. Robin became Nightwing, and now he's protecting Gotham City. See, that's a different direction. That's like a much.
I don't know. I'm not, like I said, the DC EU movies, I'm not really that interested in. Most of them suck.
And I can't wait to see Chris O'Donnell again. Did you like him as Robin, Chris O'Donnell?
Not really. It was a goofy movie. He had bat nipples.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Chris O'Donnell is too old to be Robin." Like, no, he's not.
Well, I mean, with that quality of production, you know, he could be dead in a casket. You could dig up his bones and have him play Robin as a skeleton, and it would be just as good.
So yeah, yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, if they do a cameo, but if they make it a part of the major storyline, it depends. We're just looking for a good story. They
Yeah,
have
definitely.
yet to do a good story in the DCU movies. The movies all suck, in my opinion. Just want a good story, but I'm not that excited about it because they don't have exactly a good track record. Who owns the DCU movies? Is it Warner Brothers?
yeah, Warner Brothers. But
Warner Brothers,
was
yeah.
bought out by Discovery.
But yeah, so I'm not that excited about it. You
Yeah.
know, Suicide Squad kind of sucked. It was kind of lackluster. Batman versus Superman sucked. I didn't really like Ben Affleck as Batman. Man of Steel 1 and 2 sucked. Now they're rebooting Batman, so it's all very confusing and conflicted. Anyway, but thank you, Daniel. We're out of time.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. This is Steampunk Starraisin here in North Hollywood, and I was with my co-host Daniel in Bellwood, Ontario, and I got Anne. She's shopping right now, and she got me muted. She's on speakerphone.
Yeah.
And Anne from Torrance, California, is here with me. But thanks everybody for joining me for The World is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it. This was episode 31. You have a nice day, and I will see you 25 billion years. I will.
Bye.